welcome back to my channel. I'm Yasmin. This is Sunny. I am going to do my cash stuffing for September in this video. There's some changes to how I'm doing my budget. There's a couple of changes in terms of how I'm saving. I've switched a few things over to digital savings, which I'll explain as we go through the video. But mainly, I just wanted to get this cash stuff because we are on day 2 of September and I want to get everything organised. Thank you so much for clicking on another video. If this is the first time you've seen me, I'm Yasmin. I'm a single mum. I live in London and I'm a full-time content creator. I create videos here all about my finances, organisation and my work life. And I also have a very active Instagram and TikTok. So do hit the subscribe button and find me on other socials as well. And welcome. This is such a lovely community. It's been an amazing couple of years where I've shown my debt journey. I got completely out of debt and now I'm self-employed, and I really just like to show the real side of budgeting. I've had months where I've been able to save loads of money and spend money on really exciting things like travel, and then I've had months like recently where I've actually applied for universal credit and it's been a little bit harder to make ends meet. This month is a slightly better month, as you may have seen my September budget. I'm back to a comfortable level of income, so this cash stuffing is one of the biggest that I've done in a really long time. So let's get into it. Okay, so just to get organised here, I've got 4 binders that I'm going to stuff today. I'll just drop some on the floor. So I'll just put those to one side and then organise the money. So I hope everyone's well. Feels like ages since I cash stuffed, but I'm so happy to be getting back into it. I know for a fact that this is the best way of me spending less money. Like, I know that for a fact now. Secondly, massive apologies for my nails. Yeah, they're pretty disgraceful right now. So got some 5s. Amber just popped down. So yeah, I'm just sorting out the money, and I've actually got this, which I've been having a bit of a condensing job on my makeup, so I don't need to use this for my makeup anymore. I used to have one that I used it for cash stuffing. Sorry, the dog is underneath my desk, deciding to rip up a bit of paper that he's found. I'm never going to get through this video if I don't just carry on, so I'm going to do it, but sorry if there's a little bit of paper tearing in the background. It's the dog has got a little bit. I think he's gone now. Right, so 2 5s. So that's 10. Oh, I'm just going to move these to one side. Can you see that all right? That's the only other thing, is like setting it up so that you can see it. So in 10, let me split this. So in 20s, I've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, £260 in 20s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 180. So 260. I actually need a calculator. I'm just going to do it on my computer. So 260 plus 180 is 440, and then I've got another 10 here in these 2 5s. So it's £450 in total for this month's cash stuffing. So a binder that you don't necessarily see very often. This is my sort of like everyday take it out with me binder. So I'm going to start in here with the money that I just know I'm going to like sort of spend on a bit of a daily basis. So first up, I've got coffee, which I'm going to give myself these 2 5s and another 10. So that's £20 going into coffee, because that's just like for me for the month when I'm meeting friends and stuff like that. You might notice I'm not documenting exactly what I'm stuffing where anymore. I think it makes me overthink things too much. As long as I've got my bills covered, I'm going to be flexible with where I put my cash, and yeah, I'm not going to document it all, and I'm just going to aim to try and spend as little as possible so that I have some left over that I can put into my challenges, and that's kind of how I'm going to keep it simple. Spending for myself, I'm giving myself £60 this month, and that is likely to go on my nails and to get my feet done as well. I've got a trip coming up where I will be wearing swimwear and and sandals. So I want my feet done, and I also will be taking a lot of content. So I really need to get my nails done now. I shouldn't really have left them. I should have had them removed, but yeah. Anyway, so £60 gone into my spending money. The kids are getting 20. They're back at school, so there's not that much going on now really. And yeah, they have got like all of their clubs paid up already. So this is just for anything outside of that. Travel's not getting anything. And then that's just my receipts and where I keep my coins. This is from Mulberry, if anybody is wondering. I don't think this particular colour is on sale anymore. I treated myself to this, I think, when I got debt free. And yeah, it wasn't cheap, but I absolutely love it. But I will leave a link below for the most similar one I can find from Mulberry for anyone who is interested in a treat. So that is that done. Next up is my regular binder. So this is all my general like big expenses that I know I have every month. Again, sorry if there's a little bit of rattling in the background. The dog is like in a mood at the moment. So groceries has had £200 budget, but I've already spent some. We're on the 2nd of September today, and I have already done a little bit of a food shop. So I am going to give myself 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40 and a 10, making £150 for groceries. As I say, £50 already spent. This is a small amount of money for 3 of us, but I've got very well stocked cupboards. If you will have seen my Costco shop, I've still got tons of that left. And I also, the kids are now getting free school meals, so they won't be having packed lunches anymore. They'll be having school dinners at school, and they eat dinner at the childminders 3 nights a week. So yeah, it's not kind of like for all the meals for a whole month. So yeah, I think 150 will be absolutely fine for the rest of the month. Petrol is going to get 40. Again, I'm away for a week. I'm not driving to the airport, so there's no extra long drives or anything. This is just for regular petrol to and from the childminders, different events for the kids and that sort of stuff. So my car's hybrid as well, so I don't use that much. Personal this month is going to get 100, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1. That is quite a lot. I don't usually put 100 in one go in personal, but I've had not much money over the last couple of months and I haven't been able to stuff personal, and I do have my haircut next week. So this will be enough to cover my haircut and colour, and I might have a bit of change. Usually I would build that up over 3 months to pay for my hair, but yeah, I haven't been able to, so I'm just having to take quite a big chunk out of this month's budget, but it will be fine. Spending I've already put into my little orange binder, so I'm not putting anything in there. Travel's not getting any. Household was getting 50, but I have spent it. I've done a top up of toilet roll, which I get a big delivery every few months, and I've also paid £60 for the garden waste bin that I share with my neighbour. So yeah, so that's been spent basically. And the cleaner is a separate fund, which I do pay in cash, but it's in the bank and I haven't taken it out at the moment. Miscellaneous is going to get 10 just because there isn't 10 in there, and I like to have that little 10 just in case. And that is it for my everyday binder. So that's those two done. Next, I will be moving on to my, I don't think there's anything in here. I'll show you this as an update in a minute because this is the stuff that's online. Moving on to my sort of spending sinking funds. So they're things that I like to build up and then, but I'm not worried about spending them as and when I need to. So occasions is essentially for gifts, for parties, birthday presents for other people, other than my children who have their own envelopes. This is getting 20 because it hasn't had any money for a while. And I know what the school year is like. You go back to school and suddenly all the kids are inviting you to their parties. So I'm going to pop £20 in there for essentially presents for my children's friends at their birthday parties. School is getting 10, and that is just because, again, we'll go back. there'll be school trips and everything. So I'm going to try and just build that up as a bit of a sinking fund to cover those things. They don't need any school uniform or anything at the moment, and they don't need any books or anything like that because they're both at primary school. But yeah, I like to have a little bit of budget there for trips, donations. You know what it's like if you've got children, there is always something that you need £1 for. Home is getting 10, which I must have left in there. Ah, that's so annoying. So it's 460 that I'm stuffing. I go through my binders before I film the video just to make sure that I've got enough money for all the places that I think I'm putting in it. It helps me to do it physically rather than just on paper. So I am putting 10 in home, and that is just for things like light bulbs. I do actually need a light bulb for my bedroom. So yeah, that's for that sort of stuff. And then health is also getting 10. Health is a bit depleted at the moment, and I really want to get some dentist appointments back in. So I need to start building that back up. And 10 is going to clothing. So we don't have anything specific that we need in terms of clothing at the moment. And what I do tend to do is I try to sell stuff on Vinted and then top this up with the money that I make on Vinted. But there isn't any money at the moment in here. So I just want to put 10 in because I do think the kids might need some new underwear and stuff like that. So yeah, just to make sure there's something in there. And then I've just moved these other envelopes to the back because I'm not kind of prioritizing them at the moment. So that is that binder done. And then I will just take you through what's happening in here. Whoops. I've been using these for so long, they're getting a bit loose. This is my OG binder. You will have noticed, actually, I have never really changed my binders. I know loads of channels and loads of budgeters do change their binders, but I very, very rarely do. So emergency fund has about £60 in it at the moment, which is really, really good. I'm doing Budget with Ira's £6,000 challenge with the orange dice. I have done that before I did this cash stuffing. So for this, I rolled the dice twice when I first paid myself. I will upload that as a short. And yeah, so I've got about £60 in there. I just need to work out what I'm going to make of this, because obviously I've got to track it anyway for the challenge, and that is all going to emergency fund. I'm doing that digitally now because I've got just over 4% interest rate on a savings account in my Chase bank account. So I think it makes sense, even if it's only £20 here and there, it makes a lot more sense for me to just send those pounds towards that Chase bank account, and you know, I might get 50p interest or something. So yeah, it's definitely worth making that particular one digital because I know I don't want to spend that cash. This is not a fund that I really want to spend. I really, really want to try and leave it sitting there. So it makes sense anyway to have it digitally, and then it's much less accessible to me. Water needs an update. Water needs a little update. So since I've last coloured this, I've actually put £80 in. So I've got £280 set to one side for my water bill, which is brilliant. It's one of the ones I've managed to not touch when I was, have I done that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So yeah, I've got £280 in water. I've got £200 placeholders there. And I don't think I've got a placeholder to fit, so that's fine. I'll just leave it like that for now. And then Callum's birthday, I have also put some money in digitally. So Callum's birthday has 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 110, and I have actually added 40 to this since I last updated this. So he has 150 in total, and his birthday is in December. So I'm really, really happy with that. And again, I've got the 100 placeholder. I don't have a 40 placeholder right now, so I'm going to leave that for now, but at least I know this is up to date. Moving on to Amber. So I wiped this off from the last video. I think I took it to one side and said I was going to go and wipe it. And I have added 20 into Amber's birthday fund since withdrawing all of the cash. So her birthday was in July, so not that long ago. And now I'm starting to build it back up ready for next year. Again, I've done that digitally just for ease. I don't have a bank, so I can only take £300 a day out at a cash point. So some of them, if they're digital, it's not the end of the world. Car, very excitedly, is fully funded. So I'm just going to grab from this, is my bank thing. So I'm going to just grab a fully funded. I've got this one here from Iris. Car maintenance is fully funded. My car insurance is due on the 4th of October, so it's not going to stay that way for long, but that's something to celebrate. Garden has nothing. Christmas is still at 250. Home maintenance is empty. Month ahead I'm not working on at the moment because I'm working on my emergency fund first. And that is where we are at. Thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the little bell button and you'll be notified about my next video. I am really looking forward to the next few weeks worth of content that we've got coming up your way. Thank you so much as ever for all of your likes and comments. I will chat to you in the comments, and other than that, I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.